Welcome back to Exotic Car Play Place, everyone. Thanks for joining in on this beautiful, sunshiny kind of an afternoon. Today we're going to head on down to the local BMW dealership and have a look at the best drivers' cars in the current lineup. We're not interested in poser wagons or any of that other underpowered junk. We are actually today looking for some of the best drivers' cars in the BMW lineup. After all, what's the motto? The ultimate driving machine. So let's go take a look at it now. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Mark with Exotic Car Play Place. So my first choice is the M850i. We have the Grand Coupe here. You'll notice it's actually a four-door car, big trunk. You've also got as another option for the 850, you have the convertible, or you can get the two-door coupe, as we see right here. So there's a few different options available in this particular car. Now, I personally like the sedan because it gives you options with seating capacity as well as extra access if you've got a family. Some pretty wonderful touches. You'll notice you've got the upgraded tail light assembly that you get in modern day BMWs. Great little vent system there. You've got these, albeit a little bit on the fake side, but the fake finishing around the exhaust instead of putting true exhaust tips. It just finishes the bodywork nice and cleanly. So you've got this nice little finishing on the rocker panel, of course. More vents here. You'll notice inside the car you've got heads-up display as well as the modern iDrive system right there. Everything's a lot more up to date. This is the latest and the greatest from BMW. You notice large brakes, oversized M-style calipers there. And working our way around, you've got the more revised front grille that you're finding in the modern day cars. You started out with the 3 Series, you're seeing it now, as well as the rest of the lineup carries through as well. Now, what actually propels the M850i here is a twin turbo 4.4 liter V8 engine that makes about 523 horsepower and around 550 pound-feet of torque. Makes this an incredibly fast and agile machine. Don't let the mass of the size of car sway you in thinking this is not a handling machine. This is truly a driver's car through and through. It's very large and in charge, but it can get you from A to B in a hurry. You'll notice as well, this particular car is X-Drive, so that's all-wheel drive M850i. And so the next car on my list is actually something a little bit smaller and more manageable, and of course lower cost as well. Right here we have a pair of cars. Right here you'll notice we have a 230i and we have a 240i. I would say nix that. No, I'm good. I don't want the 4-cylinder, but I do want the B58 engine in this car. That is the turbo 6-cylinder engine. Incredibly quick, just shy of 400 horsepower. These things are a lot of fun to drive, small, compact, and you can mate them up with a manual gearbox. We work our way around. One bonus is, of course, it's a convertible. Not too many rag tops available on today's market anymore anywhere, so that's nice. You've got the newer upscale mirrors on these cars. Little M touches right there, M on the caliper, and we work our way around, and you'll notice everything's a little bit dressed down from what you would normally find in the 3 and 4 Series cars, but that's not a bad thing. Lower cost, simpler vehicle, and less to go wrong. This is a real sporting experience, a lot of fun with that 6-cylinder turbo. The next driver's car in the BMW lineup for me, as far as I'm concerned, is this car. And we're talking about an M40i Z4. These cars are absolutely great. Now, you know, everybody knows these are based on the new Toyota Supra. They even share the same gearbox. They share the same engine, which is the B58 turbo 6-cylinder engine. Although this has a little more power in it, they've detuned the Supra engine. But regardless, this is more or less a Toyota Supra wrapped in BMW skin. Of course, you'll notice the newer revised headlights in these newer Z4s, the upgraded grills, an entire revamp on the Z4 concept. These cars are no longer the hairstylist mobile of choice. This is actually a true performance car and is really a lot better than I can even give it credit for. You need to drive one of these to understand how great a car with this turbo 6-cylinder engine this new Z4 really is. So the next car on my list is actually a 3 Series. What kind of BMW driver would you be if you never got to experience what a real 3 Series? Perfect balance, perfect weight, perfect power and performance. Right here we have some 3 Series cars. We have an M340i, M340i, and a 330i. This is a 4-cylinder, and that's the B58 with the turbo 6. You'll notice a couple of distinctive differences on the front end. You'll notice you have a much different front spoiler and fascia. On the 6-cylinder version over here, it looks much more aggressive than it does over here on the 4-cylinder, which is a lot plainer looking. Another giveaway is the grille. On the 4-cylinder engine, you have these vertical bars, And on the 6-cylinder, you have these little cross hatches. So pretty distinctive from the front end. Other than that, it's very difficult to tell which one's which, particularly from the side, other than wheel configuration. And you're good at picking up subtleties, then you might be able to tell otherwise, but it's very, very subtle. Again, the 6-cylinder, we've got the little M decal there, nothing over here on the 330. So very, very subtle differences. These cars are great, other than the fact that they only come in an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is a little bit disappointing, I'm not gonna lie. These would be great if you can get a DCT and or a manual with them, ultimately for the true driving experience, but they drive so well. And if outfitted with the xDrive, you can get all-wheel drive, poor weather condition driving. Of course, these make it easy to buzz around in all 4 seasons. They also have an access card you can use to get into the car. They also have a digital display in there, the newest iDrive system. Lots of the latest technology is in this G20 series of 3 Series. These really are a must-have, and I would say go with the 6-cylinder and nix the 4-banger. And what do we have behind me? This is really high on my list. We have an M8 Competition. Of course, this one has the twin-turbo 4.4-liter V8 that makes about 630 horsepower. Made it up to an 8-speed ZF Auto. Look at some of the finishing on this car. It takes the 850 to a new level. With the M car, you actually have real exhaust tips like you see down here. True quad exhaust tips instead of that fake fascia that you get on the other car. And again, M8 Competition, absolutely nothing else like it. What an absolute stunning machine. This one also comes with a carbon fiber roof. Can't go wrong there. Upgraded wheel package. A couple other great elements. You've got the M8 logo right there. Upgraded wheels. You've got the BMW laser headlights, as well as the new revised grille that comes unique for the M8 Competition. Absolutely stunning. And so my next favorite is the F90 M5. These come equipped with all-wheel drive system. What is not to love with this car? All-wheel drive, you've got 4 doors, a trunk, 630 horsepower from this 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8. It is absolutely incredible. This car is as fast as any Lamborghini Huracan out there, and you can have your cake and eat it too. Drive it to the country club, take it golfing, drive your kids to school, drive it all year round. It does satisfy everything. Great features. You've got cool little accents, trademark M5 grille, slightly conservative. However, you also see it has the laser LEDs by BMW. What a wonderful car. The BMW M5 is certainly one that's always on the top of my list. So the next car I would actually recommend is an M4. Like this guy here. This car has the S65 engine, which is essentially the same as in the M2, but this one has the full beans. Of course, these come equipped either with a manual 6-speed or the DCT, as you find in this car. Great touches. Cool accents there for sure. Interesting mirror assembly. We've got the carbon fiber roof on this car and carbon fiber accents on the dash. But this car with the older conventional analog gauges and the dashboard mean that this car is ready for a refresh. Just wait. They're saying in about a year or so we're expecting a brand new M4. But for now, this is truly one of the best BMW drivers' cars. The M4, M4 Competition, and M2 Competition truly are some of the sportiest cars. And then depending on the configuration, you get the base M4 with about 424 horsepower, up all the way up to about 485 horsepower in the GTS. And there's all kinds of variations in between there. And the beauty with the M4 is there's a variety of different options with these cars. From the GTS, the M4 Club Sport, we've got the standard M4. There's lots of different options. Convertibles, coupes. And so another car on my list that's really near and dear to my heart, and I truly believe it's one of the best driver's cars, if not the best driver's car in the BMW lineup right now, it is this. We're talking about the M2 Competition. What do we have under the hood? The same one that is stuffed in the M3 and M4 cars. The difference is this car is much more compact. Of course, shorter wheelbase, more stout proportions. This really is the autocrossing specialist right here. Now it is slightly detuned from the regular M4 engine. However, minor tweaks and you can make this thing all of the same power. Now sure, it is a lower cost version of an M3 or M4, shrunken down, but truly just because of its proportion, simplicity, this is such a blast to drive. With 400 horsepower, small diminutive size like this, you've got wings on the back and extra rocker panel that's a little more intense, front spoiler that's a lot sharper and more aggressive. This car, the M2, is in fact my favorite driver's BMW. So thanks a lot, everybody. Again, hey, you want to see a lot more? Right there, 2020's worst luxury cars of the year. Want to check that one out. Hope to see you guys real soon. Catch you then. Bye-bye.